Hey everyone, this is Glenn at the Pinball Place, and wanted to show you what I've been working on. This is a Bally Midway party animal, and I ran into an issue. There is a jukebox on there that has these real little tiny, I think it's called number 84 lamps in it. They're incandescents, and they burn out. You have to replace them. They are available on Marco, but the bad part is when you do replace them, there's a little plastic socket, and that thing is brittle and breaks. So here's the little lamp, smaller than your normal lamp, and it's a wedge style, but this little plastic tab corrodes and breaks. It becomes very fragile. So what I did is I'm going to get rid of this incandescent because we love putting in LEDs, and I'm going to show you what I did to upgrade this machine. All right, let's check this out. Okay, here's our party animal. And here's the jukebox that we're going to put some LEDs in. And inside that jukebox is a board. Okay, here's our board. Now you can see I've already put these LEDs in, but let me show you what I did. All right, so for those of you who are not familiar with LEDs, LED actually stands for light emitting diode. And here we have the LED. And I have a 1K ohm resistor, and that is to make sure that the transistor on the board, when it fires, it sees enough load that it doesn't sit there and flicker. It stays on solid. Okay, now fortunately, in the jukebox function, they do sit and flicker in attract mode, so it's not that big a deal. So here's the old socket we're going to replace with LED and resistor. And if you look on back, what I did is I put these resistors in series with an LED. So we have our hot bus actually travels around the outside, and then this is a sinking circuit, so the negative side is actually the inside pads. All right, and for those of you who are not familiar with an LED, I'm going to show you there's an anode and cathode. So a diode lets voltage pass one way but not the other. Okay, and when you're doing diode checks, we have our handy dandy fluke meter. We're going to go to the diode setting, and let me show you what happens when you're doing a normal diode check. These right here are your normal diodes. So it will let current pass one way toward the band and not the other. It's a blocking device, so it will not let the current flow that way. So hold on, let me get set up here. I'm going to show you how to identify the anode and cathode on this diode before we proceed. And one thing I should show you on this LED, the way to identify it, obviously these diodes have a band, so you know that that is always pointed toward the direction that the current's going to be blocked. On this LED, it's a little different. You're going to have a long leg and a slightly shorter leg. So on here, one will be our anode and the other will be our cathode. So hold on, remain calm. Let me hook this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so thanks for bearing with me. Right now, I have black hooked onto the short leg and red on the long leg. And you see that the LED is not on. Now, when you are checking your diode, we would go to our diode check. And when you do that, you see that the diode came on. Okay. So that is showing you the path the current is taking. If I were to reverse these leads, okay, so I just reversed the leads. I put the black and red in opposite directions. I'm going to go to my diode check, and you'll see that this LED does not come on. Okay, so it's blocking the current flow one direction. So now I know which way positive and negative is on that diode, and the answer is the long leg is the positive. So let's see what happens. All right, so I just hooked up our board, and again I put all the resistors on the back. The LED is sticking out the front, and this is a metal backing here where it mounts. I did cut these short enough, but I will go back and heat shrink those around it just to make sure nothing contacts. But now you'll see the LEDs are replacing those incandescents in those old fragile sockets, which, by the way, the reason I'm doing all this is those sockets are obsolete. So good luck if you get those. And all right, and now we'll see with the cover on. We got the LEDs in there. You can see them strobing around. And yeah, everybody's going to comment, hey, you should have put red at the bottom, and you should have put yellow going around the top, and white. But you know what? I didn't. So this is just how I did this one. I'll go back and change it. Don't worry. But you always want to color match. So when you put red behind it. When you do yellow, where's yellow? Put yellow and or white behind it. Give a little accent. And there you go. I hope this helps someone else. Didn't take me too long to figure out. It took me a little time to get parts on it. And hope this helps. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.